Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's IELTS speaking class. I look forward to doing some practice with you for those who have joined us live within the classroom. Before we go on to do that, though, let me bring Jennifer into the class. Hi there, Jennifer.
Hello, how are you?
I'm well, thanks. I'm well. How are you doing this week?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good this week. I'm busy. I'm working. I'm just living the dream. Living the dream. I'm trying to get straight here for you. Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate that. And I always say I won't take up much of your time, and I end up chatting for a couple minutes extra. So my apologies. Sorry.
Don't worry.
Well, how are you? How are you, Alexander? Doing okay?
Yeah, doing well, doing well. It's been a busy week, but it's all been good.
Yes. Definitely busy. Busy's good, I guess, though, right? Busy at work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it shows that things are happening, which is better than the
Yeah,
alternative,
things are
isn't it?
happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. They're all moving in the right direction. Well, just introduce myself super quick. My name's Jennifer Olchenz. I'm the IELTS support specialist here at Connetics USA. If you were not sure already, I am just going to introduce the IELTS information for you just a little bit. With Swoosh English, we've partnered with Swoosh English. So once you are with Connetics and you have a job placed is somewhere here in the US, then you are free to enroll. And you will get in touch with me. I'll get in touch with you either way. And we will get you enrolled in Swoosh English, where we provide you with a wonderful free review for your IELTS exam to pass the first time. So that's part of what we're doing here for you. Um, we have grown so much. We've expanded. We were in WhatsApp group, so I'm going to promote that really quick. We're no longer in WhatsApp because that got a little small, which is a good thing. We've now moved our group to Telegram, just letting everyone know really quickly. So no more WhatsApp. Everyone's in Telegram, and Alexander is very, very kind, and he posts his live sessions for us on Fridays, where we see and meet with Alexander here. So that's always very nice. I just want to remind everyone to please stay tuned to the next hero interviews. We tried to have them on Thursday and Friday, but I think we're switching that time slot to perhaps Wednesday and Thursday. So we had one yesterday morning. If you have not already watched that, please go to our Facebook page, Connetics USA Facebook. You're welcome to check it out there. I interviewed Queen Angel, and she was very, very kind. She had some good insight. She had some great tips, which is always very nice to hear, which is really good. Today, earlier, we had, today we could have going on. And that's only 11:30 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. So, our raffle, I need to talk about that, touch on that really quick. We are doing a raffle once a month. On the last Friday of the month, we'll be doing a raffle for throw in whoever's involved in and actively you have to be actively involved in your review. So you can't tell us that you're active. We will be able to check your progress and see that you are actually progressing in your review, and then you will have a chance to win the raffle and your name being picked for your IELTS exam being paid for by here at Connetics USA. So that's kind of a big deal. So yeah, we did that this morning. That was at 9 o'clock. Now I can't guarantee it's going to be at 9 o'clock the last Friday of every month, but today it was at 9 o'clock. And we drew Cherie. Her name is Cherie. So I don't think any of us have heard from her yet. I don't think she knows she's a winner yet, but she won. So we pulled her name out of the hat. So that's kind of exciting. We also had our Onwards and Upwards show today. We have that every Friday at 10:30. That's 10:30 Eastern time, Eastern Standard Time. And the show just goes over today. It's going over, I think, visas, certain visas. I didn't have a chance to look over it. My apologies. I've had another busy morning, but every Friday, there's a show. A couple Fridays ago, we just touched on everything there is about IELTS. Every Friday, it's going to be about something you need to know. Everything with the immigration process this morning. So basically, every Friday, we're just touching on a little more information for the hour show. Just to let you know details if you let's see. What am I missing, Alex? What am I leaving out? I'm trying to get it all in so I don't take all your time.
I think you're doing pretty well so far.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
You're just, well, she's just a chatterbox. Just be quiet over there. I think that's really it. Yeah, that's what we've got going on. The new, I already mentioned that, and the raffle, that's kind of a really big deal. This Friday that we've touched on that, so we'll be doing that Friday. I don't have the date right in front of me, but whatever the last Friday is of November. Okay.
Nice. Is
So
that
we'll be doing
replaced?
that, and just all I can say
Is that replaced the referral scheme?
Oh, no, it does not. See, that's where you come in again. No, that does not. I just left that part out because I was talking about everything else. So thank you,
No.
Alexander. The referral is $1,000 referral that you get for referring a friend or a family member, and they need to have passed their NCLEX already. And that's about that. You're going to find more details about the, and I said that before, I need to get more acquainted with the referral process myself. But if you are interested in more details on that, please go to our website, Connetics USA, and you're going to have more information on that. But what I can tell you is it's $1,000 sign-on bonus. So that's a big deal. Or I shouldn't say sign-on bonus, but it's a referral. So you get what I'm saying. So anyway, you got money and you come here and you spend it however, which way you like. So, and that's about that. So
Nice.
is that right, Alex?
That sounds good, doesn't it? Lots of opportunities.
Yeah, sounds great. Sounds great. Lots of opportunities, and we're busy around here. We're busy around these parts of Connetics USA. The USA right now is the time to come here for, if you're a nurse outside of you're thinking about achieving your American dream, or now all of a sudden you've thought to make this your American dream. Now is the time, because immigration and the entire process is becoming much easier to come here. So
Wonderful.
you don't want to give up that opportunity, to do that. And you can choose, where you're going to go, which state, and what suits you best, and all things. So, yeah. What do you think, Alex? Are you
Yeah. I'm tempted myself.
You're tempted yourself. Boy, you're thinking about, you want that KFC chicken and you want some of that $1,000 to go shopping, don't you?
Absolutely. It's going to be a bit warmer in the US than the UK as well. So, yeah, why not?
It's a lot warmer. Well, when you come here to visit, we're working together and go shopping. How's that?
Nice. That sounds good.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Well, it was great seeing you. I don't want to take up all your time. I could chat with you all day, but if anybody needs to reach out to me, you can find me on my email, Jennifer, Connetics USA. You can find me on WhatsApp. Again, you can always find me on Telegram. Or if you don't want to talk to me, if you don't have any questions, that's okay too. So, I'm here whenever you need. So, all right. And that's about that.
All right. Well, great seeing you, Jennifer. Thanks very much for the info.
And I'll see you. Yeah, you bet. And I'll see you next week, my friend.
All right. Until then, take care.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Cheers. Bye. Okay. So lots of opportunities available for everyone who is a part of the Swoosh Connetics Scholarship Program. And for those who would like to join, I can see that we've got a full class here for speaking, so we'll do as much practice as we can. A very warm welcome to all of those in the class, because we've got Jessie, Anna, Cinch, Teens, Kath, Jay, Flora, Sina, Tin, and Lawrence. So great to see you. I can also see watching us live on Facebook. We have Joy, Tahia, Ellie, Kelly as well watching us, and Marilee and Tilda as well. So for those who are watching us live on Facebook or YouTube, there is the opportunity to join us on the scholarship program to take advantage of all of these fantastic opportunities that Jennifer was just telling us about. And let me bring up a little bit of information on that. So to join us at the IELTS Scholarship Program, if you are a nurse who is looking to live and work in the United States of America, this is the program which will help you to achieve those ambitions. You can click on the link, which is scrolling at the bottom of my screen at the moment, and click on the option Staff Nurse in order to find out. You could get all of the benefits of the scholarship program potentially for free. So have a look at the link and you can see how we can support you in classes such as this with speaking practice and other guidance with the immigration process and the IELTS exam in order to achieve your American dream. So what I want to focus on in today's class is a little bit of grammar. I'm going to look at verb forms because these can sometimes be a bit tricky and they can sometimes be confusing when it comes to speaking. So here we are. When we have two verbs together, the second verb is often in the to plus infinitive or the ing form. Okay, a little bit of grammar there, but here are some examples. So I offered to make his bed. We don't say I offered make his bed. I offered made his bed, but obviously would be wrong. Offered, and then after the first verb, offer, we use to plus infinitive. However, if we use a verb like enjoy, we would use the ing form. So I enjoy going out at the weekend, not I enjoy to go out or I enjoy go out. We have to use the ing form, which is, of course, going. So in order to use this part of grammar correctly, it's important that we know which verbs require to plus infinitive and which verbs require the ing form. So can anyone who is watching let me know some examples of verbs which require the to plus infinitive form and verbs which require the ing form? Let me know if you are aware of any such verbs. In the meantime, I can see we've been joined by Saim and 8. Hello to both of you. Mary is asking about how to get involved with the scholarship. So just click on the link, which you can see scrolling at the bottom of the screen, Marilee, and you can find out more details on that. So any ideas, any examples of verbs plus to plus infinitive, verbs plus ing form? Okay, I'm going to share with you some possibilities now. And here are some examples. So verbs which afterwards we use to plus infinitive are refuse. So I refuse to listen to you. Forget, I forgot to do my homework. Pretend, I'm pretending to be from the UK. Yeah, for example, so after each of these verbs, we would use to plus infinitive. We'd use the ing form after these verbs. So resent. So I resent having to pay so much for electricity. Keep, I keep thinking about my ex-girlfriend. And avoid. I avoid doing the washing up whenever possible. So after each of these verbs, you can see we should use, in the first category, we should use to plus infinitive. In the second category, we should use the ing form after those verbs. So as I said, the important thing is obviously to remember which verbs we use which forms with. However, with some verbs, we can use both. So with these examples, so continue, we could say, I continue to practice in order to get better, or I continue practicing in order to get better. Yeah, we could say, I started working out last week, or I started to work out last week. Both have the same meaning. And the same with like. I like to relax at the weekend, or I like relaxing at the weekend, or I love watching old films. I love to watch old films. So there are some verbs where we can use both. And if we can use both, then obviously we don't have to concern ourselves too much because we can't be wrong. There is one final category I want us to look at, though. Sometimes we can use both to plus infinitive and the ing form after a verb, but the meaning is a bit different depending on which form we use. Can anyone think of any examples of this? So after a verb, using to plus infinitive creates one meaning, but using the ing form creates a different meaning. Anyone come across this before in their studies or in their English/IELTS practice? Okay, well, I'm going to give you a couple of examples now. And here they are. So stop and try. Oh, let me just go back. These are two examples where if we use infinitive plus to, or if we use the ing form, the meaning is a little bit different. So let's have a look here. So stop plus verb plus ing means to not continue to do something. So here we are, we've got the example, I stopped playing the song. Yeah, so we didn't continue playing the song. Okay. However, if we use stop plus to plus infinitive, that refers to ending one task and beginning another. So here's an example. I saw a woman lying on the floor and I stopped to see how she was. So let's imagine maybe the person at this time is walking, and then he saw the woman on the floor, so he stopped walking to see how she was. So if we use stop plus to plus infinitive, we're referring to an action which we begin doing instead of another action which has ended. So the meaning is quite different depending on whether we use stop plus ing or stop plus to plus infinitive. And try is another example. So if we use try plus verb plus ing, that means to experiment with something. So I tried eating a meat-only diet, but I felt awful. Yeah, I experimented with a new diet, but I didn't like it. But try plus to plus infinitive means to attempt something. So you should try to relax. You're always stressed for some reason. Yeah, so you should attempt, in this case, to relax. So again, the meaning's a bit different between experiment and attempt. So just to review this a little bit, and then we're going to go on and do some practice speaking together. Here are some sentences. You can see 4 sentences. I just want you to tell me, for the verbs in brackets, which form should we use? So for number 1, what do we think? I try to avoid. What form of the verb should we use in this first sentence? Let me know in the chat box if you think you know the answer. Should we use to plus infinitive, or should we use ing? Okay, so Tilda has gone for ing. Spending. Sina agrees. Any other suggestions? Yeah, Cinch also is going for spending. Okay, so we seem to think ing for spending. What about number 2? What do we think for number 2? So Tilda's gone for to see. Any other suggestions for number 2? Let's see. Lawrence also has gone for to see. And Sina as well. Okay, good. Number 3. Tilda has gone for taking. You ever tried taking? Any other suggestions for number 3? Tin also taking. Lawrence thinks maybe both. Is that for number 3, Lawrence, you're thinking? You could use both forms. Okay, we will see. Joanna and Cinch have gone for to take. So a bit of disagreement on that one. Viola also gone for taking. And finally, for number 4, Tilda has gone for to talk and shouting. Viola agrees with to talk. What do we think for the last one? Tin to talk and shouting as well. Okay, good. So some good answers there. Let's confirm to see what the answers should be. So number 1, absolutely is spending. Yeah, after avoid, we use ing. Stop to see, good, is correct. Because in this case, we're saying we didn't begin this activity. Yeah, I didn't stop what I was doing to see what would happen next. Number 3, have you ever tried taking? So this is referring more to an experiment, a 20-minute nap. It can be a great way to boost your energy. So have you ever tried to take would be, have you attempted it? But it's not so difficult, is it? Maybe having a 20-minute nap, or maybe you might say it is difficult because, waking up after 20 minutes might be a challenge for some. But this is more about an experiment. So yeah, have you ever tried taking a 20-minute nap? Remember, we use ing for experiments. We use to plus infinitive for something we attempt to do, but maybe it's difficult. And that's why number 4 would be more appropriate with to plus infinitive, because it's difficult. Every time I try to talk to her, she just keeps shouting at me. Yeah, after keep, we use the ing form. So one thing to bear in mind there, take plus ing, something which we experiment with. Take plus to plus infinitive, something which we attempt, but it could be difficult. Okay. So let's do some speaking practice together then. Just a tip on this. Think about your use of verbs during your speaking practice, because if you are accurate here, then you will increase your score for grammar. Okay, so we're going to start with speaking part 2 today. And for speaking part 2, obviously the focus here is on your ability to continue talking about a topic for an extended period of time. So you should speak for between 1 to 2 minutes, but always aim for 2 minutes during your practice, because if you can speak for 2 minutes during the practice, you're going to set yourself up well for the exam. You'll always get a minute before you need to speak in order to prepare. So the first topic we're going to look at today is a difficult decision. And we'll have a look at that together now. So let me bring one of our students into the class so we can do some practice. And I'm just going to bring Teens in. I think Teens is a new student. Hi there. Are you are you okay? You're on mute.
I'm sorry. Hi.
Hi. How are you feeling today?
I'm good. Thank you. It's just like
Good.
I'm scared.
Don't worry. It's great to have you in the class. Is this the first time that you've been in the class?
Yeah, yes. I'm
Okay.
not ready. I'm so embarrassed. I don't know what to say.
You don't know what to say. Well, for part 2, you do have some time to prepare.
Oh my.
So that can give you a little bit of thinking time, let's say.
Okay.
Yeah. So what do you reckon? Do you fancy having a go?
I think I have a nervous, like talking to somebody.
Those butterflies.
Yeah, because this is my problem. Like
Okay.
I'm run out of my any kind of ideas. So yeah.
Well, take it slowly. In terms of, obviously you've got your minute to prepare. Just look at each of the points and just write down some phrases that you could use for each point. And then when you're talking about it, you just build on those phrases.
Yeah, I'm just in my phone.
Okay.
And I couldn't see the question.
You can't see it. Can you see it now?
I can like
Brilliant.
make it large. Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay. So let's have a go then, Tin. So you've got a minute to prepare, and then Yeah, and then you can
Sorry.
talk to me about the topic. Okay. Okay, are you ready to begin?
Yeah, I'm kind of nervous. I couldn't like express myself when I'm talking. Like this is my problem about the IELTS then, but I'm gonna try.
Okay, good. Give it a go. So, please describe a difficult decision you have made.
Well, at first, back 2008, I have a difficult decisions in my life because I have to go to abroad and leave my daughter. She's only like 1.5 year old during that time, and I'm so nervous. Sorry, and during that time, I'm not working. I'm I'm also a registered nurse in the Philippines, but I went to abroad um, um, to make um, a better future for my daughter. So um, I'm so sorry. I'm so nervous.
Don't worry.
Yeah. So during that time, I was and also my mom was sick back then. Um, and so I had to grab the opportunity because I have to pay for my mom's hospitalization, and also my daughter needs a better future eventually. So I decided to sign a contract and go to abroad. But then I realized I think it's just a good decisions that I made, even though it was so difficult because I'm going to leave my daughter in the Philippines, and she will be taking care of my family, which is my family too. But it's hard because she's only like a 1.5 year old during that time. And
Okay, thank you. Thank you
oh,
so much.
sorry, I'm so nervous.
You did a good job. You did a good job. You kept speaking for the period of time. We got to the 2 minutes. You answered the question coherently, and you did a really good job.
Oh, thank you. I am so nervous. I'm so sorry to the listeners.
No, don't apologize. You've given us some really good examples of some good language. So we've benefited. We've benefited there from you teens. So yeah, I mean, what you said was coherent. You had a nice flow to your speech. Yes, obviously there were some pauses because of nervousness, but once you got speaking, you were speaking at a nice pace. It was very clear. It was very easy to follow. Your pronunciation is very accurate as well. So there's a lot of strengths in terms of your speech. Using some good organizational features too. You were using even though as a contrast to information that you were producing, which was great. You were using some time phrases to organize your speech to back then, and also as linking as well. So this helps to make what you were saying more fluent and more coherent. So that was a great example too. Some nice use of expressions as well. You said I had to grab the opportunity. It's a nice expression to use. Talking about verb forms, you gave a good example of that. I decided to sign the contract, so decided +2 plus infinitive. So there was some good use of language in there as well. Yeah, I think what I would just focus on, teens, obviously, is just the more you practice it, the more confident you'll feel. So there'll be fewer hesitations. But just the only thing to think on with grammar is tenses. So you're using the present tense quite a lot when you're talking about a past event. And during IELTS Speaking Part 2, quite often the focus is on the past. Not always, but it will be quite often. So just think about tenses. You were saying at one stage, I'm not working, and then you said, I have to make a decision. You also said, referencing your daughter, you said she will be taken care of. So all of these, you'd want to use past tenses instead. Yeah, obviously wasn't working. I had to make a decision. She would be taken care of, because when you're using will reference, but in the past you would use would. So that was the sort of a grammatical point that I would just look at. But yeah, lots of positive things in there as well. So well done, teens.
Oh, thank you.
You've got some real strengths there, and yeah, so
Yeah.
confidence will help you use those strengths even more.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, teams. Well done.
Welcome. Thank you.
Cheers. Okay, so let's continue then. Let me bring in another student. Let me bring Lawrence in. Hi there, Lawrence. Are you there? No? Seem a bit quiet. Okay. In that case, let me bring Joanna in. Hi, Joanna, are you there? No, we've got a few silent participants. Oh,
Hi,
hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are
Good.
you?
I'm doing well, thank you. I'm doing well. Where are you at the moment, Joanna?
I'm in the UAE, United Arab Emirates.
Very nice. Have you participated in? I feel like you've participated in the class before, but not recently. Is that correct?
Yeah, not recently.
Yeah, I recognized your name. It's good to see you. Good to see you on the screen. So Joanna, we're going to move on to a new topic, another Speaking Part 2 topic.
Yeah.
How has your preparation been going recently?
I'm trying my best, and I'm speaking in English with my husband. So
Good.
yeah, we're speaking together. We're practicing. So I hope.
Good. Okay. Is your husband from where is he from, rather than guessing?
We're both from Philippines,
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah, we're here in the UAE for quite.
But you both speak a good level of English.
No, we're trying our best. He's trying to help me.
Good. Okay. So here is the topic then, Joanna. So have a look. You've got a minute to prepare, and then you should speak on the topic for between 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, are you ready to begin, Joanna?
Yeah.
Great.
I clearly remember when I was on my primary school, my teacher asked us to make an artwork. So what I did is a painting, and with my own drawings, I painted it with. Actually, that artwork is from the. I don't know if you know this one, but it's a story of a turtle and a rabbit who are competing to go to the finish line. So I draw it and I paint it, and I compete with my classmates at the time, and I was glad because if your artwork is really good, it will be posted in the classroom. So I saw that one day when I came to the school. So I saw my artwork. It was being posted in the room. So I felt really glad because I knew that my artwork is one of the best work that I did. So I think three of the artworks of my classmates also, as well, was being posted in the classroom. So my painting was really colorful, and it signifies how the turtle finishes the race even though he is slow. And you will see in the painting the happiness that the turtle had when he finished the race. So I think I did well with that artwork, and since then I love to do painting, and until now I am doing painting, and I think
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Joanna. Thank you.
So cold.
Nice. Nice topic. Nice topic. The tortoise and the hare is the story as we learn it in the UK. So yeah, I am familiar with that story. Good. So yeah, you kept on speaking for the 2 minutes, Joanna. You spoke at a natural pace as well. There was a little bit of hesitation, but mainly it was thinking time rather than language-related hesitation. So it wasn't something that interrupted your fluency. Pronunciation was clear as well. Yeah, that was a strength. In terms of grammatical forms, so just be careful with prepositions. You said on my primary school right at the beginning, but we'd use at. So at primary school or at my primary school, you could say. So when referring to school or even university, we'd say at university. Yeah, that's the preposition that we might use. In terms of using the past tense, so sometimes you're using the past tense correctly. For example, painted. But then there are other times where you were using the present tense as well. So you were saying, I compete. But obviously you'd want to refer to the past there, the same way you did with painted. And what's the past of draw?
Drew.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, just make sure you're consistent with tenses. It can be difficult because it is something that is often confused during speaking. But yes, just if you're aware of it, it can help you to make corrections in that area. It was good to hear you using the first conditional as well. So you said if. I didn't get the exact sentence, but you were saying that if my painting was good, it will be published on the wall or it will be posted on the wall. But here you're referring to the past. So the first conditional in the past, you would use the past tense. So if my painting was good, it would be. So this is something which is coming up a bit in terms of when we use will as a future reference. If we're referring to something, though, that happened in the past, yeah, a past reference to a future, which is also in the past, we use would in that case.
Okay.
So yeah. So just a few grammatical slips, but there was some good vocabulary in there. Colorful was nice, obviously describing the painting, saying it's, you said it's signified as well. I think the happiness of the rabbit or the hare. So there was some good vocabulary in there. So yeah, similarly to teens, grammatical accuracy, I think, is the main thing to focus on to make even further improvements in your speaking.
Yeah. Thank you for the feedback.
You're welcome, Joanna, and welcome back.
Yeah.
Take care. Okay, so we'll continue with some more practice. Just before we do, just for those who are watching us on YouTube and Facebook, if you would like to join us in the class and do some practice with your speaking and get lots of other support as well in terms of preparing for the IELTS exam, then you can do that by joining us on the scholarship program. Here, we will give you the support that you need in order to achieve your dreams of living and working abroad. You could potentially get all of that support for free. So just click on the link, which you can see scrolling at the bottom of my screen, and click on the option Staff Nurse to find out more information. Okay, so let's stick with part 2 just for one more bit of practice here, and we're going to look now at a childhood activity. So let me bring Jessie into the class. Hi there, Jessie. Oh.
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Good. Good to see you on the screen today, Jessie.
Thank you. I'm nervous today.
So, nervous today, why?
I don't know.
Just having a bit of a nervy day. Take a deep breath. I'm sure you'll be fine. So, can you see the topic on your screen?
Yes, yeah, I'm able to see this topic, yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, so you've got a minute then, Jessie, to prepare, and then you should speak about the topic for up to 2 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, Jessie, you ready to begin?
Yeah, I'll try my best.
Brilliant. Okay, so please describe an activity that you enjoyed as a child.
Yeah, so today I'm going to talk about one activity I remember I did when I was a child. I remember it was when I was 10 years old, and this activity was to prepare the best out of waste. I remember my teacher teaching me that uh, how can anyone do activity and show your skills or potentials to the class. So I was an introverted person and I didn't want to show my potential. So she told, no, everybody should participate in this activity and do your best. So I was thinking that my brother did one activity. Why not I, take his help? And then I spoke to my brother, and he told me that, see, as you know, that in our society there is so much of waste accumulated in the bin. So why not you take some activities from this waste? So I said, okay, that's a good idea. And I did was, I convinced the society people and told them that do one thing, whatever waste you are throwing in the dustbin, please don't throw it away. I want some of the waste, for example, whether it is plastic waste or food waste, so that I can make the best use of it. So they first did not agree with me. They were laughing at me and they said that, oh, you're such a small child, what you're going to do out of it. I said, give me a try. I will show my skills and you will be happy about it. So then I did, took some waste from my dustbin and made a manure out of it. And then the result turned out to be so good that my society people started motivating me and told me that you are the
Okay.
best.
Thank you, Jesse. Thank you. You got into that story, didn't you?
Yeah.
Nice, nice. So yeah, really good in terms of fluency. You were just into the moment. You were telling the story. You were giving lots of interesting details, linking lots of ideas together as well. Using expressions like, for example, I liked, the expression you use, whether it is, and then you were referring to the different types of waste that you could use, plastics or food, whatever it is. So that was good, and I think you gave a good example as well as to how you can extend on the question just by providing lots of details. This is what my brother said, and this is what other classmates were saying. This is what other family members were saying. So lots of like anecdotal information in order to expand on the question card. So you had no issues in terms of speaking for the required period of time. So that was great. You were using some nice vocabulary as well. So convinced was nice. To show your potential was a good expression. An introverted child as well. So less common vocabulary items, which was good. The only thing I was just slightly, when you first said it, I was slightly unsure about was waste. It's just that pronunciation, the first phoneme, the w sound, which can sometimes
Best out of waste. Best.
w, waste.
Oh, waste.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. It can be a bit difficult because sometimes it's confused with the v phoneme, and the w phoneme can sometimes be a bit confused. But yeah, it was much clearer as you said it then. And as you were saying it from the context, it was becoming clearer. But the first time you said it, just because of those two phonemes, the w and the v sound, being confused, it was less clear. But yeah, it got clearer when the context was provided. And just with question forms as well, there's just something to look at. So you said, why not I? You're sort of asking yourself the question, why not I? Why? Okay, you could say why not me, but in that context, you say why don't I? Why don't I do this? Rather than yeah. And then just a final, just a little slip as well. You said that your family was saying what you're going to do, but you would just change the order of the verb and the subject. What are you going to do? Which I think it was just a little slip, just a little grammatical slip. Which what you're going to do with this? Yeah, what are you going to do? Yeah, exactly. But yeah, aside from that, really accurate, really clear. Oh no, there was one final one. Manure is uncountable. So we'd say some manure. We wouldn't say a manure. But yeah, that was just a little slip at the end. But apart from that, yeah, really good stuff, Jesse. Fluency is very, very, very strong. Nice range of vocabulary. Pronunciation generally is very clear as well. I just pointed out that slight confusion. But yeah, so lots of strengths. So yeah, congratulations.
Thank you so much. I'll be doing my exam next month, but then I need your support.
Wow. To build up, yeah. The final countdown is coming up.
Yes.
Brilliant. Well, best of luck going towards it, Jesse, and I'm sure that we'll speak again before your exam occurs.
Sure. Thank you so much, Alex. Thank you.
Take care. Brilliant. Okay, so let's move on to part 3 now. And who have we got here? I'm going to bring Cinch, see if Cinch is there. Hi there, Cinch. Are you ready and available?
Hi, Alex.
Hi, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great.
Good. You've it's been a couple of weeks, hasn't it, since you were with us in the class?
Yeah, I attended last week. But,
oh, you were here with us last week as well?
Yeah. You even
Okay.
greeted me on Facebook.
On Facebook, did I?
Yeah, I was there, but I moved to StreamYard afterwards.
Are you sure? Because I remember
Yeah.
you being with us in a few classes earlier. But yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's great to have you. It's great to have you, Cinch.
Well, okay.
So we're going to do some part 3 practice, and we're going to look at the topics that we've looked at thus far in the class. For part 3, the key is to be able to give opinions and to express those opinions clearly, and also to provide support for those opinions where possible. So we're going to look at the topic of difficult decisions. So, in your view, what are some examples of difficult decisions that people often have to make?
Uh, well, in the midst of the
Oh,
pandemic, I think some people would think about like decisions for the welfare of their relatives or families, like between life and death, or between the finances, or they have to choose which one is better, which one would help the family more or longer. If they choose to have like, they choose to have their relative to live longer, respective of what kind of illness that they do have. So I think people would like think about how they were going to make a resolution with that kind of decision that they will be having.
and why do you think some people struggle to make decisions?
Well, it's because I think they are trying to weigh things up, like between families' decision, or not only one member of the family, but they have to discuss with every member of the family. And from that day on, like for instance, a family member is being hospitalized or has been admitted in the hospital, so they have to think of the better way how how they can cope up with that kind of decision, because they have to like weigh things with the finances, or the are they going to be pragmatic with regards to the kind of living that they will have in the future.
In your opinion, what's more important, having a well-paid job or a job you enjoy?
As for me, I think having a job that I enjoy, because it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go with the high with a good salary that you're gonna be having. But irrespective of that, you have to like, even though you're being paid well, or your daily or your monthly stipend is so high, but you're not enjoying it well, I don't think that would give you much effort or your fulfillment being in one of the companies that you are into. That I mean the what do you call, the basic foundation is that if you're going to be in a certain job, I think it's better for you to enjoy it first rather than having high stipend.
And why do you think that many people do choose high-paying jobs?
Well, because firstly, they need to like help their families to improve their lives, or like like that they want to help their families, to extend their salaries to their relatives. Also, they want to help a lot of people. And from that then on, maybe they would want also to have financial satisfaction and stability with regards to get having those high salaries.
Thank you very much there, Cinch. Some really good responses to those questions, particularly in your use of vocabulary. So some nice expressions that you were using there to weigh things up was nice. Also, fulfillment, pragmatic was a nice adjective you were using there as well. And some good expressions or phrases, basic foundation, financial stability, which you were using at the end. So that was nice. Just one term you used a couple of times, stipend, is a little bit old-fashioned. So I think sort of
Cheapskate.
say again.
The cheapskate, I think something like that.
Well, when you're referring to stipend, I think you're referring to like wage or salary, the amount someone gets paid.
Yeah.
So yeah, wage or salary would be more regular terms to use rather than stipend, which is, yes, it's a little
Okay.
bit old-fashioned, but the meaning
Uh-huh.
was clear. Um, yeah. So also some good organizational features you're using, like for instance, to give examples, which was good to see. Also, not only one, but every, I think, member of the family was what you're using there. So it was a good organizational structures you were using. Just a slip in the expression. So you said to cope up. It's just to cope. We don't say cope up. Yeah, to cope with the situation is what you would want to say there.
Yeah.
And also, you said, yeah, not enjoying it well. Just, yeah, not enjoying it much would be a more appropriate adverb to use there. So, yeah, just a couple of slips. But aside from that, some really good language. And like I said, the vocabulary you're using and also some of the structures you're using as well to organize your speech were particularly strong. So yeah, good work there, Sinch.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Okay. Thanks
Take
a lot,
care.
Matt.
Okay, so we've got time just to do practice with one more student who has not joined us yet. I can see the class has got a bit smaller. We'll try Lawrence again if he's available. Hi there, Lawrence. Are you there?
Hello, hello. Yes, I'm here.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Good, good. Okay, we've not got much time, Lawrence, but I'll just ask you a few questions on the topic of art, just to get your opinions on that. So, tell me, Lawrence, why do you think it's difficult to become a successful artist?
I think it's difficult to become a successful artist because not all people appreciate art, and it's hard to sell a piece of art because it's quite expensive. Yeah.
Absolutely. And why is it that some artists don't become successful until they've already died?
Because people will not appreciate you when you're living, because most of the time people will only see your work when you're gone. So I think that's why some people became famous once they die, just like how heroes are. When people will acknowledge them when they're gone, and they even put them on like paper bills and all.
And what more do you think could be done to help support those who want to become artists?
I think what I could do is to help them promote like the local artists and the community, patronize their works, and help them advertise it through like social medias and other platforms.
Do you consider photography to be art?
Yeah, photography is an art. It takes it requires a lot of skills to be a good photographer, to have that view of a picture, even if it's just like a simple thing. It requires skills for you to be able to capture a good photo of a certain object or subject.
Do you think that art should always be beautiful?
Yeah, art is beautiful. It really just depends on how a certain person perceive it, or how they look at it, how they see it. And yeah, I think every piece of art is beautiful in its own way.
Okay. Thank you very much there, Lawrence. Some nice reflections there. So there was some good vocabulary you were using, some less common items. You said to patronize their work. Yeah, so we could, that is a less common vocabulary item, so it is good to use that in a sense. Other alternatives that would be more common to view their work or to support their work. But yeah, it was good that you're using some less common items. Also, some good collocations to capture a photo you were using there as well. So that was good. You were talking about saying that it requires skill as well. So another good collocation that you were using there. I just felt we could expand just a little bit more, Lawrence.
Yeah.
So you were giving.
That's my problem.
So you were giving some reasons for your answers, but I think a way we could expand even more is to give.
I always run out of thoughts.
Yeah, well, think about examples. Giving examples is a really good way to expand. So just on that last question, for example, should art always be beautiful? And you gave a nice response. You're saying it depends on how a person. You said a certain person perceive. It should be perceives with the s, just because it's third person. But then you said, yeah, any piece of art is beautiful. But then maybe you could have given an example. So an example maybe of a painting or a sculpture or a photograph or you know. Just to extend on the answer a little bit more. So it's always good to give examples. And also when I was asking you whether photography was art, and you said, yes, it is art. And then maybe you could give an example of like a famous photograph or,
Okay.
yeah, you know, something that you've seen,
Yeah.
something that you remember that you could describe a little bit just to support what you were saying. So I think that's the main thing, Lawrence, just, yeah, a bit more expansion for part 3. But yeah, definitely some positive elements to your speaking as well. It's just there is opportunities to develop that even further.
Okay. I think I did better this time than last time.
Yes, yeah, definitely, definitely. You're adding more detail now. You're giving a little bit more. So yeah, you're definitely going in the right direction. So well done for making that improvement.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so thank you to everyone who has been part of the class today. For those watching on YouTube and Facebook, and also for those who participated directly in the class and were practicing with me. We will have a class on next week. It will be on a slightly earlier time next week, 1:30 p.m. GMT. So hopefully I will see you all there. In the meantime, for those who would like to join us directly in the class, who have been watching us on YouTube and Facebook, then the opportunity is there to join us on the IELTS Scholarship Program. You could sign up today to get extra help and support to achieve your dreams of living and working in the United States. So once again, thank you very much for joining us. If you would like to find out more about the opportunity to join us on the scholarship program, just click on the website, the link you can see scrolling at the bottom of the screen, and click on the option Staff Nurse. So hopefully I will see you in the coming weeks. Until then, take care.